everyone. Welcome into another edition of First Take on this Monday. It's going to be a very good week. We are doing something new here on First Take, the radio takeover. You'll notice I'm joined by Mason and Ireland, hosts on ESPN LA, our radio station out there. You guys figured out what to wear. That's big.
Well, first I want to start by saying nice tie.
Yeah, no. See, I was told I have to wear a tie, and so I didn't realize we were going casual, and so right off the bat, we're getting rid of it, okay?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Just get
no
rid of the
bolo
tie,
no hat.
right off
I
the
know
bat.
that was a discussion.
So Jen, the moral of that story is he's a rule follower.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you want to,
they love it when you take a tie off on live TV.
They told him to wear a tie. He wears a tie.
Yes.
So if you have questions for him, just ask and he'll answer very politely.
Yes.
Or just
Absolutely.
a follower in general, following your lead.
Yes,
Exactly. That's the way the show will go.
We are off to a rousing start here on First Take, and don't go anywhere because later in the show we have a very big announcement. We will reveal the newest member of the First Take family who dares to take on Stephen A. Smith on a daily basis.
Thank you. It's me, right?
You're leaving the Mason and Ireland show? How
Thank
could you?
I'm
Thank
not
you
allowed
very
to
much.
say until much
All
later
right,
in the show.
all right.
But you
So they haven't even told you.
to stick around for that. I have a feeling, though, you would know.
Really? I thought I was playing for the job. No?
Your audition's over.
You know
want to
what?
go
Let's
eat?
continue with that.
All right, good.
An audition. Let's begin.
Your dream is dead.
With Kevin Durant. You know what they say, boys. If you can't beat them, join them. Kevin Durant leaving the Thunder for the team that beat them in the Western Conference Finals, that, of course, being the Warriors. Durant said he had to meet with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson face-to-face to find out if they truly wanted him to be a teammate. He said he felt comfortable, authentic, and real. But you know how Stephen A. Smith feels about this. He keeps it real, calling it a weak move on the part of Kevin Durant. Steve, do you agree with this move?
I could not disagree with Stephen A. more. By the way, for the rest of the morning, I'd like to be called Stephen J. My middle, can we go with Stephen J?
Sure.
You know, honestly, the Warriors are the gold standard in the NBA. Frankly, the gold standard in all of sports. If you look at it, Joe Lacob said last year they are light years ahead of every organization in the NBA. Could not agree more. They've got a great general manager. They got a great gut talent evaluator in Jerry West. They've got huge analytics. In fact, Sloan Conference named them strongest analytics in all of professional sports. A state-of-the-art coach, a beautiful egoless system, positionless basketball. They don't care who gets the shot. If I was Kevin Durant, I would want to play for Golden State.
Stephen A. is wrong, but not for any of the reasons that Mason said. Joe Lacob has nothing to do with this equation. And Mason sounds like Jerry Krause. Remember Jerry Krause, the old Bulls general manager, who would say, organizations win championships, players don't win championships, and Michael Jordan didn't talk to him.
Right, never went.
It's a players' league. The NBA always has been a players' league. The reason Stephen A. is wrong is Kevin Durant earned this right. He earned this right to leave Oklahoma City. All three of us have done it. Stephen A.'s done it. Skip just did it.
I would get out of Oklahoma City. Are you kidding me?
I have nothing against Oklahoma City, but he's been there for 9 years. Jen, he has the right to leave and go to a better situation. We all do. And I think to criticize him, as Stephen A. did, for going to a better situation after he had earned it is hypocritical, because Stephen A.'s done it, I've done it, you've done it, Steve's done it. When we have a chance to go to a better situation, that's what we should do. I'm not the least bit critical of Kevin Durant, and he's not going to the Warriors because of Joe Lacob.
And I would say they go to the best situation, right? If you want to work in tech, you go to Google or Apple. You want to work in finance, you want to go to Wall Street. If you want to be a sports broadcaster, this is where you go, gold standard. If you want to play basketball, you play for the Golden State Warriors. He is going to live in the finals for what, 4 or 5 years from now. I honestly would make the same choice, and this is where we disagree. I do believe organizations win championships. That's why Kevin Durant chose Golden State.
So you think
it's because it's a great organization.
You think the Cavaliers won the title because of Dan Gilbert?
Well, he certainly did get LeBron James to come back, right?
No, LeBron James came back because he wanted to play in his hometown. LeBron and Dan Gilbert don't even speak.
We cannot compare organizations.
You just did.
In terms of Cleveland and Golden State.
Cleveland just won.
Golden State is absolute state of the art. Cleveland won because of LeBron.
Oh, so it's a players' league.
I don't give credit to the organization. I believe I rested mine a while ago.
Wait, you just said you don't give credit to the organization?
No, they've got a decent organization. Nothing like Golden State.
Right.
Golden State is state of the art.
Right. So then how did Cleveland beat them?
Because they've got a superstar, maybe the greatest player in the history of the game, playing playing at his absolute peak.
So, Jen, my point that it's a players' league, he just made.
All right, let's talk about players for a moment.
No, wait a minute, Jen. My point that Kevin Durant chose them because they're a great organization, I rest my case.
Okay, you both have rested your cases. The issue, though, is that in the old days, years ago, eons ago, decades ago, players say they would never have done this. Larry Bird going on the record saying he couldn't have imagined him doing something like this. Where did it start evolving into a place where players feel comfortable joining the powerhouse teams as opposed to feeling like that will dictate their legacy?
The super team in Miami changed everything. When those three guys got together and said, we are going to join forces and play together in one spot, they decided it was Miami because Dwayne Wade was already there. But that now players look to play with each other all the time. And to your point, Jen, that in the old days, these guys say they would never do it. Larry Bird, Charles Barkley came out and criticized Durant for this. Charles Barkley, who is great on television, left Philadelphia when their team was lousy and went to Phoenix to play with Kevin Johnson, made it to the finals. When Phoenix started going down, he went to Houston to play with Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. He did the exact same thing, it just didn't work.
Yeah, and
these old players are get off my lawn.
Well, yeah, and they are. And the last time a team won a championship without at least two superstars, you got to go all the way back to the Pistons, and arguably, I guess you could count Chauncey Billups, but they didn't even have a real superstar. Ultimately, if you look at, for example, started with Boston with their big three. Even Cleveland tried to assemble a big three with Kevin Love and Kyrie and LeBron. You need multiple superstars to win a championship now. You got to have it. And on this case in Golden State now, they got four players that could be Hall of Famers at this point. I mean, I think that they are the gold standard, and I don't think you win without joining other players. I don't believe, and I also think it suggests that Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant weren't necessarily on the same page. He chose to leave Russell Westbrook when he chose to leave Oklahoma City.
Is Kevin Durant a Hall of Famer if he never wins a title?
Yes. Oh, he's a Hall of Famer right now. If Kevin Durant, God forbid, something were to happen to him and he had to retire, Kevin Durant would be in the Hall of Fame.
So that legacy solidified, which kind of leads credence to the idea that it is still about the rings, though, when guys look at their legacy.
It's unfair, but it is about the rings.
Well, and to that point, Jerry West said that in the phone call to Kevin Durant. He got on the phone and he said, the thing that haunts me, and we both know Jerry, and Jerry is haunted. Jerry.
He's haunted 20. Yeah, no, he's a haunted
He said,
guy.
is that I lost 8 or 9 times in the finals.
1-9 in the finals.
And so I think
1-8. I'm not sure. Don't check me on the facts.
Don't let the facts.
Either 1 or 9, 1-9 or 1-10.
But his point was that to Durant, hey, if you don't go to the finals and win it, it'll haunt you for the rest of your life. So he went to a place where he's going to go to the finals and probably win it. And I don't know how you criticize a guy for that.
No, and history will look back, and in 20 years, people will say, oh, yeah, Kevin Durant, Hall of Famers, and he won 3 rings, or he won 4 rings. People will forget the fact that he went to Golden State and teamed up with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Drake.
Well, maybe not people in Oklahoma City.
No, people in Oklahoma City, this thing is going to stick. Yeah, no question.
Continue burning jerseys. For the record, you can already purchase a Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors jersey.
Right. I'll tell you what, if I agree with what Sam Presti said, if I'm in Oklahoma City, Kevin Durant put that team on the map. Kevin Durant turned Oklahoma City. My other job is that I'm the radio guy for the Lakers.
Apparently your main job is what you said earlier this morning. This is just your goof around job. Right?
This job?
Yeah.
This is a one-day gig.
Yeah, this is a one-day gig, right.
But
already they want to pull the plug.
The thing with Durant was he turned Oklahoma City into the best road venue in the league. And Golden State is now, but Oklahoma City was the loudest building in the league. They would be on their feet from the beginning to the end. Him and Westbrook had lightning in a bottle. And if I was in Oklahoma City, I would look back on Kevin Durant and say thank you. I hope he doesn't get booed when he goes back. Maybe I'm being naive and they will boo him, but he built that thing.
Well, and the other thing is maybe Durant realized that Westbrook is the next guy out the door. I mean, if Westbrook is leaving, if Westbrook couldn't give Durant any assurances that he was going to stay, well, then heck, I'd get out of there too.
What do you make of the statement from James Harden saying there is only one ball, which is something we hear oftentimes when you discuss the team's ability to share possessions?
Well, super teams in the first year, Jen, don't always win it. You look back on the Miami super team in the first year, that was the year they lost to Dallas and Dirk Nowitzki in the finals. I was around a team where the Lakers had Shaq and Kobe and they brought in Gary Payton and Karl Malone. That team made it to the finals, started 18-3, made it to the finals and lost. It takes some time to set the clay. Now, I think the Warriors are going to be favored in every game they play next year. Every game. but I don't necessarily think they're a lock to win it. Teams that have been together longer might be more title ready. It could take the Warriors a couple of years to bake the cake.
I don't agree. The cake is already baked. It's got icing on it. Then there are candles, and there's like a sparkler thing in the middle of it.
So if I made you bet your house on, I could give you the Warriors or the field, and I get Cleveland and everybody else.
Give me the Warriors.
Okay.
Give me the Warriors. I think they're going to run roughshod against the league.
It does indicate that Durant has a pretty good idea of how valuable chemistry is or how important it is to success, in that he wanted to meet with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson beforehand.
And he's willing to, he doesn't need every shot. And that's the beauty of that Golden State team. It is incredibly egoless, and that's what Steph Curry, that's what Klay Thompson, that's what he was sold on. I mean, who's going to be the leading scorer on the Warriors? Probably Durant, could be Steph, but I don't think either one of them care.
Right, that's the bottom line. The answer to your question is it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I think Durant, to Steve's point, is going to get better shots. It not only doesn't matter who gets the shots, Durant's going to be more open than he was in Oklahoma City.
I mean, in their best shooting percentage is when they've got 6 or more passes. They move the basketball and create more open shots. You won't have as many contested threes as you did in OKC when they knew you were going to be the shooter. So I think Kevin Durant's going to get better shots. I think he's going to become a more efficient player, and that team is just unstoppable.
Yeah, everybody wants to be the guy until you're being double and triple teamed out there on the hardwood. We want you at home to get involved in this conversation. Head to Twitter and vote. Do you think Durant going to the Warriors is a good thing for the NBA? We'll reveal those results a little bit later in the show. I like the energy that
we're going for it. We're going for it here. Let's go.
Well, apparently we have nothing to lose. You lost the gig to whoever they're going to announce.
No, I believe I'm still playing my way.
I think so as well. He's really earning it as the show goes. You mentioned the Miami Heat.